Still with the AAA tag against All Authority. Not so much the case though, seeming against All Authority disbanded their StarCraft 2 roster. I'm sure a lot of people missed that. If you watched, I was actually live doing a weekly show. When they announced it, I was like, "Well, no, it's April Fool's." You know, it was the 1st of April. But they're like, "Nope, really happened." So I talked to the manager from AAA, Gara, and it was like, "Nope, really happened." So yeah, and here we see Unix actually trying to be a little bit aggressive, trying to go with the bunker play here, but Nerchio denying it with a single drone. Single fierceful drone. Meanwhile, though, the Reaper comes on now. Reaper is going to shut down any kind of drone aggression there. So he should be able to actually get this bunker done. That said, he needs to be careful. Can't really take on a Queen with a Reaper. Tank go down on the SCV, so the bunker's not going to come on up. The second Queen is also out, so the Reaper not able to do too much damage either. We're at a Shattered Temple here, the map. We do see that Nerchio is spawning as a 12 as a Blue Zerg, and at the red, in the red, of course, as Terran once again Unix. Unix with an impressive win, 2-1 over Grubby after losing the first game. He won on Shattered though. Strong showing on Shattered by Unix. Picking off one drone, he's gonna get a second one. No, not quite. Oh, nice micro actually keeping it alive. Nerchio almost with the trap there. This Reaper is making the most out of its short life. We see a spine crawler at the first, and still no Zerglings out, I don't believe. No, it's not any Zerglings out at all for Nerchio. Nerchio's really power droning. He's going for that heavy eco play here. Of course, Zerglings don't do too great against Reapers either. On creep with speed, they have a chance. Otherwise, they just get destroyed. We do see the blue flame now underway, the pre-igniter being researched, as well as a lot of Hellions coming out right now, because we do have a reactor racks and a factory with a reactor racks. No, a reactor factory and a reactor on the and a tech lab on the factory as well. I don't even know what's going on. I'm stumbling over my own words here. There we go. We see the lair here going down for Nerchio. As he's finally getting some Zerglings out, he's going to check that front. He's going to not be able to do too much. Now, he does see that there is a Hellion out, but no blue flame yet. Then again, he did see that tech lab, so either he suspects some kind of siege or that, blue flame underway regardless. We do see the command center now going down for Unix, so we're not going to see any kind of starport play right away. Which actually surprised me. I thought he would just go for the starport play and actually drop a lot of these Hellions or elevator them up. But nope, instead it's just gonna go for it. No manual labor drop. It's gonna go straight towards the natural here. There is one spine crawler up and two more spine crawlers being produced. But of course a run by is very possible. The Queen's now blocking the ramp, but the Queens, is there enough Queens to actually last against this? No transfuse. Losing one Queen. A lot of the Zerglings now melt away. The second spine crawler finishing. And losing a lot of drones now here as well. The blue flame Hellions going to town. They can get out on that ramp, that would be huge. That Queen just blocking ever so little, but now there we see the drones now trying to block the Hellions even. Roach is coming on out. And a passage into the main is open, but the Roach is now out. The Roach, of course, will devastate and get Hellions, but see how many kills he can get. Of course, these drones have a tendency to clump up, but no, great defense there. Great unit positioning by Nerchio. Even off creep, yeah, we'll be able to finish off every single of these Hellions. Still, this heavy investment for the Terran, but at the same time, he did a lot of damage. What we can say right now is that the army count for Unix is just not in good shape. He doesn't really have anything to do with Roaches, and the Roaches that are coming out in high numbers. 15 Roaches out already, and 9 Zerglings there as well. A few more Hellions getting picked off. There's one tank out, but that's not nearly going to be enough. Oh, more units getting picked off, and there the tank just trying to pick off whatever it can, but they're gonna get, yeah, they're just gonna shoot up the ramp, no problem. Gonna take down the wall. The wall has been breached. Nerchio moving forward. He's got all the momentum in the world right now, taking out the tech lab, getting the siege tech, and good game is called by Unix. Nothing he could have really done in that position. Nice aggression, but he invested too much into it. And once his army was gone, so was he. It means that Nerchio is going to go up 1-0 here. We're going to be back soon with another map for you guys. As my production crew is missing in action right now. Actually, not missing in action. Making sure we actually get some food here. So it is a lovely 6 p.m. or 6:30 local time. Apparently, to give you guys a bit of an update, did see that Strelok actually got a 1-0 lead, but Stefano just ties up to 1-1 in the quarterfinals still. Of course, Nerchio here 2-0'd Elfie to get into the semifinals, and we saw the 2-1 versus Unix did it versus Grubby. So we're setting up the next game here. As looks like Metalopolis is going to be map 2 here. Ah. Apparently Nerchio doesn't remember what I'm talking about. There we go, map 2 loading on up. Metalopolis. So I'm just going to keep the mic live, because I can. Why? Because I can. Loading up. There we go, completed. Well, let's pray that BattleNet doesn't freak out on us. So we go into meditation. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. That's our mantra. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Any second now. Any second now. You can do it. You can do it, BNet. We believe. There we go. Loading on up. We do see that Unix right now spawning as the yellow Terran into 3 o'clock and close position Nerchio. Nerchio not going to be happy he's close position as the teal, the cyan, the light blue, the baby blue, the well just plain blue if you're so inclined into 6. So you gotta wonder, close position, of course, not a good position for the Zerg to spawn in. Especially not with Nerchio's style, which was very eco-intensive. You just see him completely ignore Zerglings for such a long time. And it paid off hugely. He had that superior income that even though he took a lot of damage from the Hellions, by the time the Roaches came, they came in such high numbers that there was nothing really that Unix could do about it. Going 9 Overlord. Might prefer to build opening of choice. We still see people that going for that 10 Overlord and extractor trick to get another drone out, just to get one unit out a little sooner. Economically, I believe someone did the math, and they said the math is such that it is not as efficient as doing 9 Overlord. But still, people, some people still do it quite regularly. They still prefer it. Looks like a very quick expo here by Nerchio. Is it going to get blocked? Does get blocked here. He was actually trying to go for that 14. No. Goes for a spawning pool instead. Yeah, he's going to go full gas instead because he can't get his expansion down in time. He just gives up. He's like, oh, whatever. I don't even care. At the same time, this is of course a reaction to the timing of the SCV. The SCV being there already means close positions, so Nerchio knows exactly where his opponent is. Sending the drone up the ramp now right away. Actually nibbling away at one of the SCVs. Just be careful, it does get surrounded here because it's quite busy there. Is gonna get the kill. Yes, actually does pick off the SCV, but then gets splattered in return. So even trade. Considering we got some scouting information, we could argue that he's, you know, he got the best of that. And they're Roachborn on one base going down for Nerchio here. Of course, Zerg in close positions, you know, they have to try something funky to make things work for themselves. Looking at the unit tab, we do see that really Unix has been just casually pumping out those ACVs. Now getting a reactor there on the racks and a factory follow-up. So definitely could be going for another Hellion play. Again, one base roaches now. The option for Nerchio. It's not where you'd want it. Any second now. He's going to place that expo. Any second now. He's clicking it. He's clicking it. He knows he wants it, but he's like, maybe I'll just screw with more time for a while and not expand. Yeah, what happens is his H key is stuck right now. Oh no. Oh no. I know exactly what he saved up for. 7 roaches now in production. So Nerchio leaving that drone there purely as a fake. Faking me out and potentially faking out Unix as well if he had seen it. 7 roaches now coming out for Nerchio. So waiting of course for that roach warren to finish. Or for a larva inject to come out, I'm not sure which. I wasn't looking there. The command center are coming out. And oh my god. Just Hellions and Marines out to defend. He does have a bunker out, but still 6 roaches are going to be knocking on his door. And I think this supply depot, you can actually fire on that without being in range of the bunker. Regardless, he's just going to go for it. Yep, taking that down. Still no roaches lost. Could micro back the herd roach, but no, instead, he's just going to get this aggressive position because he knows that if he just does a run by in his bunker, it's no problem. 2 more Hellions coming out. And finally, some of these roaches are starting to feel the heat. The SCV's actually able to do a lot of damage here. You'd be surprised. Now being pulled back, and still significant damage being done here by Nerchio. Finally, these roaches are getting cleaned up. But a very strong play here by Nerchio. Of course, the question is whether he actually came out on top here. You do see that he, yeah, definitely came out on top here. He's gonna have a bit of a problem with larva management, just because, you know, he's got this very late expansion coming up, but at the same time he's got a 10 worker lead right now, and this matchup is a great position to play from. So in a match point situation, Nerchio looking quite good. Spine crawler at the front here. As we switch on back to the production tab. Oh, there we go. Forgot all about our fancy UI options. Thank you, Blizzard. That's something you definitely did right. Still with the in-base command center Unix. Unix not comfortable actually expanding. Well, I mean, he's got the expansion down, but not actually comfortable lifting that down and placing it in position. Which is awkward, seeming once he held off the roach aggression, you know, that would be a perfect time to plant that down. He's getting a significant marauder count out. Those marauders, of course, are going to deal with the roaches a lot better than the Hellions and the Marines that he did have. Second gas only now going up for Nerchio. He's been just purely mining minerals for such a long time. Another gas being added on. And someone is being told to go out. I didn't see anyone slowing down the game. There's a siege tech now underway. There we go. You see the baneling nest now down. So adding in a few banelings here, that's definitely going to be a very strong play. But Unix finally settling down. He's finally comfortable actually expanding. We see Nerchio now trying to be aggressive. Zotac in good position, but not good enough. Can't keep that safe. Roach is just moving on in, going after it. Oh, a lot of splash damage actually killing off friendly fire to Marines. Regardless, Nerchio is forced to fall back here. We're losing a lot of these roaches now, and we're going to lose every single one of them. There we go, Zerglings are trying to get something done there at least. Taking off a lot of this Bioforce. Honestly, pretty good trade there. Full army trade and not able to quite catch these bio units just on their way out. Lair underway now at the expansion of Nerchio. Of course, that gives your hatchery a little bit extra health. Keeps it a bit safer, and as well, if you see a scan on the tech, you're not going to see that lair right away. Meanwhile, look at that hidden expo going down here by Nerchio at the high yield. If he manages to keep that up and manages to capitalize on it, he's going to be in great shape right now. The barracks explosion here by Unix. It's also adding on the starport, so we're going to see some medevacs coming out very shortly. He actually invested in a missile turret. He must be playing blind because there's really no spire or even any indication that there would be a spire coming out. You see the infestation pit here being put down by Nerchio, of course. You know, fungal growth these days is a killer against mech. And always was a killer against bio, so you know, very strong play right now in ZVT. You see another factory going down for Unix, so he wants to have that. You know, he wants a very varied army composition here. Honestly, you know, with this close position, it is very easy to be aggressive. You see that the main transfer are going down, and the high yield is going to be in production. You know, fully mining, but at the same time, this is going to be a tough spot here for Unix to defend, for Nerchio to defend against Unix's aggression. Losing a queen there right away. Unfortunate Overlord also going down, but no food cap yet for Nerchio. Now, this is kind of do or die time. Unix is setting up his, leapfrogging forward his tanks. Now going after the Spine Crawler. Another queen is going to go down here. The Spine Crawler is going to be taken down as well. There we go. Now Nerchio is in a bit of an awkward position right now. He knows that if he can hold out, that if he can stay in this game long enough, he's going to be ahead. But at the same time, there's not much he can do actually to stop the siege tank from hammering down on his lair right now. Here we go. The bio also wants a piece. Going forward now. He really can't let this, can't afford to let this lair fall. They're going to have 8 infestors popping out very shortly. There we go. The bio now going after, getting taken down. And oh my god, perfect engagement there by Nerchio. The infestors right now out in the infested Terrans being dropped down there to clean it up. Oh man, that was so close. Nerchio almost lost it right there, but managed to come out on top. Nice fungal there onto the bio. Needs more of those. All the bio now fungal, but he's going to lose the lair here. It's so close. A little bit of target fire. There we go. Lair goes down. And though the units from Unix are taken out, a full tech reset here for Nerchio. This is the bane of close position Zerg. We do see that there's an in-base hatchery at the hidden expansion. Awkward position for both these players right now. Of course, you know, if this just takes a long time, Nerchio is going to be fine because he's got this high yield up and running. But at the same time, he really needs to get a lot more army. He needs to fully abuse that Zerg macro mechanic. Go power overwhelming, and look at that. Look at how many hatcheries he's getting up. He realizes that he's got way too many minerals stacking up. He's got only one queen out right now. So he really wants to get a lot of larvae here. Oh my god, look at that. The drop here for Unix going on down. He knows about the high yield now. Manages to get a few kills here. So very nicely done. And yeah, once this is spotted, it's so vulnerable because it's incredibly hard for Nerchio to defend this. He's gonna have all the Zarva now, and he can macro up a lot. This is a little too late. If it lasted a minute longer, he would have been in great shape. The Bio now just taking out whatever units are streaming in. Another wave of circlings is going after it. The tank now with blue on blue flyer is killing off everything indiscriminately. Gonna lose the queen here, so no more injects there. Finally, we are gonna see this tank get taken down. Let me all look at the front. You seem to see a fungal growth, a little bit of fungal growth action, but still these tanks are just set up in such a strong position. It's very hard to deal with. Of course, Unix is fighting for survival here. At the same time, Nerchio wants the match point here. Going for the tanks now. Is he going to be able to clean those up easily? Losing some infestors in the process was a bit unnecessary. And look at that. Again, the aggression by Unix now. He decides, hey, you take out my aggression at your natural, no problem. I'll just go for your third instead. Losing a lot of the drones now, and now the eco situation is pretty much dead even. So, the tank's doing a lot of blue and blue fire there onto the Marines. Still able to take down the Zerg first, no problem. Even though, yeah, Nerchio is constantly reproducing whatever he can. Not able to come out on top here. He's going to lose his third, he's going to lose his high yield here. That will likely be all she wrote. It's going in for the roaches with one last ditch effort here to clean this out. Seems like he will be able to. But at the same time, if you look at the damage done, 33 drones right now. Yeah, 34 actually, against 51 SCVs. Unix now getting his third up and running his mind out in his main. And yeah, Nerchio does decide, hey, I'm gonna tap out. I'll get you next map, no problem. Good game is called, and Nerchio and Unix go up to 1-1 tie in the semifinal. Of course, you were watching Zotac Cup number 52. I'm Martin, aka Mumbles, of course known from GLHF.tv and the Lowland Lions. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far, and yeah, we'll be back soon with the deciding third map. So stay tuned for that.